This is Out of the Box with your host, Jonathan Clark. Out of the Box, Sunday nights at 9 on Q1043.
Well, it's the debut self-titled album from the band Dirty Honey. They have tour dates with the Black Crowes coming to Jones Beach September 17th, the PNC September 18th. You may have seen them on tour over the last couple years with, small bands like The Who, Guns N' Roses, Slash, et cetera, before the pandemic. And Marc Labelle from the band is with us. Marc, congrats on the new album, the band's first full length. Really, really sounds great. I checked out the whole thing last night. And maybe more importantly, congrats on learning how to make an album with the band on one continent and the producer on another continent.
Yeah, that's a feat in and of itself. But honestly, the technology doing that through Zoom with Nick in Australia and us in LA was it was seamless, and we were all surprised. None of us wanted to do it that way, but I got to give it up to Owen and Tom Sorowski, the engineer, and Brian, the assistant engineer at Henson. They all like really chipped in and made sure it worked flawlessly, and it was a great working environment. So,
well, did the band or did Nick in Australia have to work in the middle of the night ever?
Nick was getting up, I think, at about 4 a.m. He had kind of like one of those live-in vans that he would sleep in outside of his studio, in Byron Bay. So he just kind of slept there and spent the week there and would wake up pretty early to meet us at noon. We were going in California time. So he gave us the good call time.
It's like the band needs to be rested. They need to perform well.
Yeah.
So you mentioned the studio, Henson Studios, as in Jim Henson, creator of the Muppets?
That's the one.
Wow. So has that always been like a recording studio, as well as a TV production studio?
Yeah, it's kind of like both. It's its own little oasis in the middle of Hollywood, really. It's like kind of a whole compound. And, John Mayer was in one of the studios. Bieber was in one of the other studios. We're in one. Billy Bob Thornton and his band were in another studio. So it's like, it was a really interesting environment to be around. And at the end of the day, around dinner time, everybody would go out to this sort of like commune and eat dinner and chop it up with each other. It was pretty cool.
You mentioned some other people that were recording there. Were there times when you played your music for other artists in the building and vice versa?
No, we didn't get that far. It was just kind of, the talk about how crazy the pandemic is and what everybody's been up to and how much everybody can't wait to get back on the road and, that sort of thing. Nobody ever we didn't cross pollinate one another's studios and like hit play for each other. That never happened, unfortunately.
So I read, Marc, that now tell me if this is true or false. And because we could play that game Wikipedia, true or false, but I did read that you have 3 degrees, one of which is in broadcasting.
One of which is in broadcasting. Yeah, I went to school I originally moved out to LA just to get a job in like film or TV, commercial production, something like that. And took a crazy left turn for the better, honestly. When a buddy was just really pushing me to sing in LA, he was like, I think you should be singing. This is a big mistake. And I was like, okay. And honestly, the first guy I ever recorded with in middle school was like, you're nuts to go to college. So people have been telling me that for a while. And to his credit, though, he helped me book some gigs and introduced me to some musicians and got started and, just started making some money playing gigs, Thursday through Saturday night in Santa Monica, Ventura, Hollywood, and, getting your chops up and just singing every night just helps get you to, where you want to go.
Well, do you want to shout out your alma mater? And I'm assuming it was somewhere in upstate New York.
It was Manhattan College in
Manhattan College.
Yeah, man.
Fantastic.
So, the Jaspers.
Oh, that's the mascot, huh?
Still nobody knows what that is.
Is Manhattan actually in Manhattan or is it in Westchester?
No, it's in Riverdale.
Oh, Riverdale. So it's the Bronx. Yeah.
Yep.
So touring with the Black Crowes this summer, that must be, you've toured with some amazing bands, but I'm assuming that you loved the Black Crowes back in the day, right?
I still do. Shake Your Moneymaker is one of my go-to records to put on for any road trip or something. And, I know you're a big fan too. I've heard you talk to some of those guys, and,
well, I talked to Gorman about his book.
I know I listened to the whole thing at the gym one night. I actually really appreciated that interview. So, it's funny to hear the other side of the coin. And,
oh yeah,
you always got to get both sides of the story, right? But,
well, I read that Sven, the bass player, is back going to be on the tour.
Yeah, I just met him a couple weeks ago at their rehearsals. They were out here, so he's super cool and pumped to be on the shows. And the guys are so excited to be going out again, obviously. And I think one of the best things, and it's a credit to our manager, he the whole time was like, we are doing this. Come summertime, we're doing this, and I think it's really important that we do it because it's a big show that's going to be happening, at amphitheaters all over the country. And I think it's quite honestly something people are going to remember for the rest of their lives. That first show you go to after all this, quiets down is going to be a pretty memorable thing.
So. Oh, absolutely. And we'll mention those shows again. It's Dirty Honey with the Black Crowes, Jones Beach, September 17th, and the PNC, September 18th. And Marc Labelle from Dirty Honey is with us. We're talking about the new album, the debut full-length new album. First album for the band. You had an EP out in 2019. One of the songs established a record, as I recall. I think, was it When I'm Gone? Is that the song, the first song from an unsigned band to go to number one on the rock chart or something like that?
Yeah, that's the one. First unsigned band to hit number one. Or mainstream rock chart, I guess, is what it was. But yeah, it's pretty wild to I think it just speaks to the nature of the business now to not have to have a label to have success. And our manager worked at labels for a long time, and to his credit, he was just like, he's like, I know what I'm doing. I need help, but I don't need to sign your life away to get it. And as the song started going organically without any help, we just didn't really see the point in signing with a label.
Yeah. So California Dreamin' is the first song that we heard from the new and debut album from the band. The one we've been playing on the show, which it sounds great on the radio. I mean, it's just right away. It just, it's like appointment listening. But the title of the song is misleading. California Dreamin'. Talk about that.
Yeah, for sure. It was that lyric that you just sort of spat out when you find a melody, when you're writing, you're obviously looking for a lyrical hook that will shape the lyrics for the rest of the song too. And that was the thing that just sort of popped out in the chorus. And, I really struggled with writing a song about California Dreamin'. And then when I took a dive into, songs about California, there weren't a lot of dark songs about it. And lyrically, I wanted to change the tone a little bit and tell the story that's honestly more prominent than the glitz and glam of Hollywood, which is that people usually don't make it. It's not the greatest, experience ever coming out here and chasing your dreams. It's a struggle, man. And usually it doesn't turn out well. So, we needed to shine a light on the dark corners of what Hollywood and Los Angeles can be. And, that was the inspiration for the song, really.
And the video for the song shot in several different locations. I'm assuming in California.
Yeah.
It really shows all the sides of California, the beautiful sides, the beaches, the mountains, the desert, but there are different sides to the state as well.
I think I just wanted to help show a nice cross section of California, what it is and how it's not just, the beach. Obviously it's, you have Palm Springs, you have Joshua Tree, you have beautiful deserts, obviously beautiful beaches and stuff, but we also have amazing mountains. The Redwood National Park, Sequoia National Park is all a part of, the beauty of California. And it's funny when I was just hiking in Yosemite, my buddy kept saying, I can't believe we're in California right now, because he'd never been there. And, it's just something we wanted to showcase in the video. Is just a lot of the places people don't get to see.
Well, you have a tough job shooting videos with leggy supermodels, but I guess, somebody has to do that job, right?
Oh yeah, no, it's difficult. They driving around for hours on end, days and days at a time, just carrying a door from beautiful location to beautiful location. Yeah,
And that
it's
is
tough.
a gorgeous. That is a Mustang that you were driving in the car.
Yeah, it was I think it was a 67.
Oh,
The purists are
fantastic.
gonna hate me if I'm wrong, of course.
Well, everyone, check out the video for California Dreamin' from Dirty Honey. And more importantly, check out the song Dirty Honey with the debut album, the self titled debut album, which is out now. And they are on tour with the Black Crowes this summer, coming to our area, Jones Beach, September 17th, and the PNC, September 18th. You can get all the info at the band's website. Marc, always a pleasure to see you. And listen, I'm gonna try and hit that Jones Beach show because I want to see you guys just
I was gonna say, yeah,
tear it up on stage, man.
very much look forward to seeing you there. That'd be awesome. So certainly let us know, or let Marc know if you need tickets. I'm sure we know somebody who can hook you up.
I'm sure you do. Marc, listen, happy Memorial Day weekend, and we'll see you in September, if not before.
All right, sounds good, man. Thanks again, Jonathan.
Take care, man. Bye.
You too.
This is Out of the Box with your host, Jonathan Clark. Out of the Box, Sunday nights at 9 on Q1043.